Welcome to GE Fun Facts Online. Our planet is in the middle of a massive change. Faced with booming city populations and a climate crisis, we're being forced to completely rethink what a city is. The old model of sprawling, car-choked, concrete jungles is failing. In its place, a new, audacious vision is emerging. Cities that are high-tech, sustainable, and designed for people, not just for traffic. This vision is being brought to life through a series of breathtakingly ambitious megaprojects, giant undertakings that promise to redefine our world. From a linear city in the Saudi desert to floating cities in the Maldives, these projects are living laboratories for the future. Today, we're taking a global journey to explore these megaprojects, the incredible technology behind them, and the utopian promises they make. We'll also look at the serious challenges and ethical questions they raise, giving you a full picture of the monumental efforts shaping the cities of tomorrow. First up, the project that has captured the world's imagination and sparked furious debate, the Line. Part of Saudi Arabia's $1.5 trillion NEOM initiative, the Line is a complete reimagining of urban life. Picture this, a city 170 kilometers long, but only 200 meters wide, stretching across the desert. It's encased in a massive mirrored facade that rises 500 meters into the air. This so-called cognitive city is designed to house 9 million people on a footprint of just 34 square kilometers. It's a direct response to the crises of pollution, traffic, and environmental decay. The core promise is a future with no roads, no cars, and zero carbon emissions, running entirely on renewable energy like solar, wind, and green hydrogen. At the heart of the Line's design is a concept called zero-gravity urbanism. Instead of spreading outwards, the city's functions are layered vertically. Homes, offices, parks, and schools are all stacked in accessible layers. The goal is that all your daily needs, from groceries to your kid's school, are within a 5-minute walk. Nature is meant to be just a 2-minute stroll away, with 95% of NEOM's land preserved for conservation. Mobility is key. With no cars, how do you get around a 170-kilometer-long city? A high-speed rail system will run the entire length, promising to get you from one end to the other in just 20 minutes. The entire city will be managed by artificial intelligence, learning and predicting the needs of residents to make life easier. This isn't just about building a city. It's a core part of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030, a grand plan to move the kingdom's economy away from oil. The Line is set to be a hub for renewable energy research, with the world's largest green hydrogen plant already under construction. But behind this gleaming utopian vision lies a much darker side. Human rights organizations have raised serious alarms about the forced displacement of the indigenous Hawitat tribe to clear the land for the project. Reports claim that tribe members have been arrested and even sentenced to death for protesting the evictions. This stands in stark contrast to the project's marketing as a progressive, human-centric development. Then there are the environmental concerns. While the Line aims to be carbon neutral in its operation, the embodied carbon, the emissions from producing the vast amounts of steel, glass, and concrete needed to build it, is estimated to be a staggering 1.8 billion tons of CO2. That massive, 170-kilometer-long mirrored wall is a death trap for migratory birds, and the structure itself could sever ancient wildlife corridors. The feasibility of the entire project has also been questioned. Reports have emerged that the initial ambitious plans have already been scaled back due to budget issues and the sheer complexity of the undertaking. From a mirrored line in the desert, we turn to another desert vision, this time in the United States. Meet Tolosa, the brainchild of billionaire entrepreneur Mark Lohr. Tolosa is a proposed city for 5 million people to be built from scratch in an as-yet undisclosed location. Its goal is to be the most sustainable city in the world, creating a new model for society that is not only green, but also socially equitable. The core philosophy of Tolosa is a new economic model called equitism. Here's how it works. All the land in the city is owned by a community endowment. As the city grows and the land becomes more valuable, the endowment generates money through leases. That money is then reinvested back into the city to fund top-tier social services like education, healthcare, and public transport. The idea is, as the city does better, the residents do better. Lore imagines this could generate over $60 billion a year for public services. The master plan, designed by the famous architectural firm Bjarke Ingels Group, or BIG, is based on the 15-minute city concept, where everything you need is a short walk or bike ride away. It prioritizes people over cars, with any necessary vehicles being electric and autonomous. But Tolosa's grand vision faces immense hurdles. The first is the cost, an estimated $400 billion. Securing that level of funding is a monumental task. The choice of a desert location also poses a massive challenge, especially for water. The American Southwest is in a historic mega drought, and finding a sustainable water source for 5 million people is a huge question mark. Critics also argue that building a new city from scratch in a desert is inherently less sustainable than fixing and improving our existing cities. The unproven equitism model and fears that Tolosa could become another billionaire's vanity project add to the skepticism. But what if the future isn't about conquering the desert, but coexisting with water? Off the coast of Penang Island, Malaysia, a project called Biodiversity aims to do just that. It's a master plan to build 3 artificial islands, each shaped like a water lily, creating a global destination for sustainable living. This project will house around 15,000 to 18,000 residents on each island, complete with public beaches, huge parks, and a 25-kilometer waterfront. A defining feature is its commitment to a car-free environment. The islands will be connected by an autonomous public transport network of boats, air taxis, and land vehicles, all designed to be seamlessly integrated. Sustainability is woven into every detail. Buildings will be constructed from low-carbon materials like bamboo and green concrete made from recycled waste. The design includes ecological corridors, which are basically nature reserves and parks that allow wildlife to move safely through the populated areas. The 3 islands each have a purpose. The channels will be the cultural heart. The mangroves will be the business hub, built around urban wetlands that are incredible at capturing carbon. And the laguna will be an oasis for ecological living, a mini archipelago with floating and stilted homes. Despite its green awards and beautiful design, the project has faced massive opposition from environmental groups and local fishing communities. The main concern is the irreversible damage from the huge land reclamation needed to create the islands. The site is one of the region's richest fishing grounds, and the project could destroy the livelihoods of thousands of fishers. Activists have called the project's low-carbon awards a form of greenwashing, arguing that the massive carbon emissions from construction weren't even considered. While some look to build entirely new kinds of cities, others are following a more classic, if colossal, playbook. To escape the crushing congestion of Cairo, home to over 22 million people, Egypt is building a new administrative capital, or NAC. Carved out of the desert 45 kilometers east of Cairo, this megaproject is designed to be the nation's new government and financial hub. The NAC is envisioned as a high-tech smart city for 6.5 million people. Residents will use smart cards for everything, and over 6,000 cameras will monitor the streets, using AI to manage traffic. The scale is immense. It will feature a central business district with Africa's tallest skyscraper, a park larger than New York Central Park, and new headquarters for all government ministries and embassies. A massive investment in transport is underway to connect it, including a new high-speed rail line and the world's longest monorail system. But the project is drowning in criticism. It's the flagship project of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, but many see it as a vanity project that is plunging the country deeper into debt. The estimated cost is as high as $59 billion, at a time when a huge portion of the Egyptian population is struggling with poverty. Critics argue the money should have been spent improving Cairo. There are also fears the new capital will be an exclusive enclave for the rich, creating a new, isolated center of power and exacerbating social inequality. For some nations, however, building a new city isn't about escaping congestion or economic diversification. It's about pure survival. For the low-lying island nation of the Maldives, climate change is an existential threat. With over 80% of its land less than a meter above sea level, rising oceans could make the country uninhabitable by the end of the century. Their response is the Maldives Floating City. Located in a lagoon near the capital, it's designed to be the world's first true floating island city. It will house 20,000 people in thousands of colorful, low-rise homes, arranged in a pattern inspired by brain coral. The city is designed to rise with the sea. The floating segments are stabilized by artificial coral banks underneath, which also act as natural water breakers and encourage new marine life to grow. The city will run on renewable energy, and canals will serve as the main streets, creating a quiet, eco-friendly community. The hope is that this project becomes a scalable blueprint for other coastal communities, reframing the Maldivian people from climate refugees to climate innovators. These are just a few of the massive projects underway, but the landscape is dotted with other visions, both successful and failed. In China, the Chengdu Future City is challenging car-centric planning, with a master plan of 6 distinct car-free clusters, where everything is a 10-minute walk away. On the other end of the spectrum, we have a cautionary tale, Akon City in Senegal. The vision of singer Akon, this $6 billion eco-friendly metropolis, inspired by the fictional Wakanda, was supposed to run on a cryptocurrency called Acoin. However, the project was plagued by delays and financial problems. As of 2025, the project was officially abandoned. The failure of Akon City is a stark reminder of the immense hurdles that can derail even the most well-intentioned futuristic visions. So, what do we make of all this? These megaprojects are a testament to human ingenuity and a hopeful response to the critical challenges of our time. They offer glimpses of a future where cities are sustainable, efficient, and prioritize human well-being. But the path to this future is filled with risk. The astronomical costs are a primary challenge. The technological hurdles of integrating AI and autonomous systems on such a scale are enormous. But most importantly, the social and ethical implications cannot be ignored. The displacement of local populations, as seen with the line, undermines any claim of creating a better future. There is a very real danger that these shimmering new cities will become exclusive playgrounds for the rich, making inequality worse. And the environmental promises must be rigorously scrutinized to separate real progress from clever greenwashing. As we stand at this critical point in urban history, these megaprojects are both beacons of hope and cautionary tales. Their success will depend not just on technology and money, but on a genuine commitment to social equity, environmental justice, and transparent governance. The grand urban experiments of today will undoubtedly shape our world of tomorrow. It's our collective responsibility to ensure they create cities that are not just smart and sustainable, but also just and humane for everyone. Thanks for listening to G Fun Facts Online.